In this video, I'm going to show you something that's going to completely change the way you approach improvisation. What I'm about to show you in this video is some of the trickiest and most interesting sounding improvisational material that I think you're going to find anywhere out there today. Here's the thing, everybody talks about how to improvise with your right hand, which obviously is extremely important. But not enough people talk about real techniques that you can actually learn for how to combine the hands into two-hand intervallic lines. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to not only understand, but create your own versions of things just like this. I'm actually going to show you the coolest technique of all, probably the most important one, toward the end of the video. But the thing is, you really should learn these other ones first, so make sure you actually watch through and get to the end of the video. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I'm calling a 1+1 arpeggio. So basically what this is it's one chord or one 4-note shape in each hand. And what's really cool here is that when you combine the two hands, you can create these really large-scale intervallic lines that would be practically impossible to do with just one hand. So let's say we have a B flat major 7 sharp 11. Check this one out. So here are our shapes. Left hand, 3, 5, 1, 9. Right hand is 5, 1, sharp 11, 5. We do it ascending and descending. And suddenly we can do this line that would be really difficult to do, again, with just one hand. Now this is literally just one small example. So I want to actually not do the YouTuber thing where I just show you this one thing and we walk away and now we're on to the next one. How do we actually use this technique now beyond this one exercise? First of all, what I want you to do is practice shifting it to other keys or other chords. So obviously you could practice this in other keys. Even right out the gate, compositionally, this is already really awesome. So cool, you can use it for a texture. But what if I wanted to make it a B flat minor chord? So automatically, just shift this to a flat 3. This already works, we didn't even have to do anything else. Now the next thing we want to do is actually practice this descending as well. So then we can do descending and ascending. Another trick I like to do is actually repeat that bottom note. So on the way up, repeat the top note, and on the way down, you get these really, really interesting lines and textures. And I know this is a lot, so if you want to practice these all in sequential order and have it all nice and organized for you, all of this is written out and you can download it for free at the link in the description. All I will ask at that link is that you put in your email and phone number so that every once in a while I can send you something about my original music. I'm also an artist and I love when people actually listen to my music as well. So if you want to support, really appreciate it. And just as a thank you, all of this written out for you for free at the link in the description. All right, back to the video. Quick summary. We take a 4-note shape in each hand. In this case, B flat major 7 sharp 11. And we practice ascending, descending. If we want to change the chord, we just change the notes we need. So in this case, B flat minor becomes. And of course, we practice it in different keys. Let's go up a half step. Now, one pro tip that you can actually do is you can use the two-hand arpeggio to go out and then come back in when you get back into your right hand lines. And a really good example of that takes place on my own single that just came out. It's called Annoying Cool Guy. If you want to stream it, it is on all streaming platforms and of course link in the description. Obviously not trying to toot my own horn, but I do think this is a really good example. So I take a D minor chord, right? And instead what I do is D diminished major 9 essentially, right? And then in the right hand, I do A flat minor, like an A flat minor triad. And it creates this really interesting tension, which would be pretty weird, except that I resolve it pretty quickly. So long story short, we arpeggiate like that and go out, and then just land back on this D minor 13 sound. So it's a really great example of how you can actually use it in the context of a solo. That was all just on one chord. Again, streaming on all platforms and some streaming links in the description. So this next technique is just going to make you so much better on so many levels, and it's going to give you some really amazing improvisational skills and material. So what we're going to do now, we're not just going to practice this in different keys, but we're actually going to practice it intervallically and melodically at the same time. So this is already crazy stuff that I'm giving you here. This is, if you really practice this, this is already going to make you a super unique improviser, in my opinion. So you're going to take that, and then you're just going to be able to do this completely intervallically. So here's the step-by-step of how I would do this to just become an absolute monster two-hand improviser here. First, just do it normal, how you would do it. Ascending, descending, half steps. So by half steps, I mean now we move up a half step. And again. And so on. Then I would start connecting them. So we go up, down, up, down. How cool is that already? I mean, for me, that's really, really cool. I want to practice this stuff way more. I'm giving you all some crazy secret sauce here. Now, of course, you can also do that in other intervals. So you could actually practice this in minor thirds. A little sloppy, but you get what I'm going for here. This is just one shape. Imagine if you did this with a bunch of different shapes. This is really, really interesting stuff. Here's another example that you might be more familiar with because this is a pretty famous voicing. So this next exercise I'm going to call the 2x3. And the reason I'm going to call it that is because actually we're going to have 2 notes in the left hand and 3 in the right hand. But here's what's interesting. 2 of the notes in the right hand, you're actually going to play together. So ultimately it creates a 4-note line or a 4-note sequence. So in this case, I'm going to do these 2 notes together like that. That's this arpeggio that I'm doing. So we can do that going down and up, but the key here is actually working on playing multiple notes at the same time. You could obviously do the same thing with the left hand. So again, we'll have those written out for you. But now this final technique, this is what I've been saving for the end. We already did the intervallic stuff, which was so cool, but we didn't talk about what if you did it diatonically. So that means we're now going to limit ourselves to notes from a very specific scale. So if we're on an F minor chord, right, we're going to use, let's say, F Dorian for now. So let's start with this shape here. 1, 5, 9, flat 3, flat 7. It's our F minor 9 shape here. What you want to be able to do is move it through that F Dorian scale. Every note moves to the next note in that scale. Now we can get some really interesting intervallic improvisational patterns from this. What if instead of going linearly through the scale, we actually go like this? And then what if we did that intervallically? Suddenly you can get these really interesting intervallic lines that all work in F minor. So this is some of the secret sauce that I've been working on for quite some time. Been very excited to leave it in a video, and it feels like there's no better time than when I just released my first single in 4 years, which is called Annoying Cool Guy. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. I truly appreciate you taking a listen and seeing if you like my music. If you don't, it's all good, but if you do, please give me that follow on whatever platform you're listening on, and keep checking it out because I'm actually going to have a lot more coming very, very soon. All right, that is it for today's video. I hope that that was super, super helpful. This is really tricky stuff, so don't feel like you have to nail it right off the bat. Again, I'm hoping that you find this as interesting as I do. And again, if you want this nicely organized in sheet music, click the link in the description. Sign up for my original music list, where I will not spam you, but will every once in a while send you some relevant information about if I have some new music coming out or if I happen to be specifically in your city. Really appreciate you following my music, my original stuff, because that is, of course, part of the passion of all of this. And it's actually how and why I came up with all the exercises for this video, and probably why you're going to use them too, is for you know, the stuff that you make or the people that you play for or the things that you compose. So yeah, really appreciate you not only checking out my educational content, but also giving a listen and seeing if you actually like some of what I'm writing as well. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. And last thing, I know that diatonic concepts can be a little confusing, moving shapes throughout a scale, things like that. If you actually want to go deeper on that, very step-by-step, very easy to digest and understand, I actually do have some videos on that. So I'm going to link one of those on screen right now. Be sure to check that out, and that actually may give you some more context for the end of this video. All right, see you in the next one. Thanks so much.